And these folks did everything they could to kiss white ass. And if they could tell that you, like, I'm from Virginia, but they told me I was a northerner. And I'm thinking, I'm not a northerner. I just don't keep running around saying sir, 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 sir. They still do this shit all over the fucking South. Still kissing ass. I mean, it's. I remember going to get a U-Haul unit with my god brother and people, and the white gentleman at the U-Haul place in Jackson, Tennessee, kept calling his staff boys. We didn't say anything, but those weak ass countrified beta niggas down there could tell that them being called boy, they took it as he loves me. They could see we wouldn't want to be called boy. So you know what? They refused to service our order to get a truck. The same white dude that called them boy had to do it. They wouldn't serve us because they knew we didn't like him disrespecting them. Let me repeat that. Black folk being disrespected hated black people who didn't want them disrespected but didn't say anything. Just the fact that we didn't appreciate them being disrespected, they refused to serve us. And to their surprise, the white guy was more respectful of us than them, which made them hate me more. I was like, damn. A lot of our black folks are like a horse that breaks its leg in the race. It needs to be taken out in the field, someone just shoot it. Because, you don't get it by now. Shannon Sharpe, I didn't like Shannon Sharpe the first time I ever saw him. I don't follow sports. When I saw Monique telling a grown-ass man what kind of woman he needed, and he's my age, I lost all respect. You need a sister to beg you not to get into trouble, fucking around with some. And she implied young white girl that really didn't want him. She warned him. I mean, he could, because he hates black women, because he hates being black. So to me, I don't care. In fact, frankly, I hope white women or some woman takes all these niggas' money because they never share any of it with us. That ain't black wealth. That's the personal wealth of Diddy or the personal wealth of Michael Jordan. They aren't sharing with us. In fact, part of the joy of being loved by white people for them is wasting money on white people as other black people starve. They like seeing that happen to us. That's the real thing here. They love seeing that, boasting about that. Oh, well, you know what? I'm registered as a Republican. I can tell you a lot of Republicans are fucking coons. They're worse than the Democrat coons. And they get around white people and they just talk about how black people don't like them. See, they hate me too. I'm closer to you than the blacks or the Democrats and independent. Like I said, we have a civil religion of coonery where and white asshole licking and kissing at any price, at any cost. Sort of like the black guy that got shot by the white woman and they didn't charge her with the crime. And my question I got put off of a couple of platforms was white pussy worth dying for? I can tell you it's an emphatic yes. White dick is worth white dick is worth dying for too. So you get these niggas out here tricking the LGBTQ folks who get discriminated against. They get disappeared. You have these black guys fucking white men, then they disappear. They get killed. Nobody's looking for them. But it was white dick. They were with a white man. So we got this white, we talk about Africans and their little stupid religions. Well, one religion that is universal for self-hating black folks is worshiping white people. Africans worship white people, and coon-ass sellout boule wannabe and just broke down ne'er-do-well Negroes all worship white people, and they don't think white folks uh, have bowel movements. They think white people shit is soft serve. They say a white person shit, they want to get a cup. They say a white person piss, they think it's champagne. And so I always joke about this white stuff, and people get offended. I do it on purpose. I've seen this shit in my own family. Okay, I had a great uncle served in wars and would go in white people's garbage, and we had to fight with them, put it back. White people used to wear this shit, have holes and shit. White people wore this. And it's the same way Kanye West. Everybody has run through that Kardashian bitch, but it was white pussy. So you mixed your sperm up with everybody else's spit and sperm, and your ass took a financial loss. But it was old white pussy. Entertainers, and these are all the people that are held up for us to copy, are the folks that worship white dick and white pussy. So in reality, they're sexual sharecroppers. They generate huge amounts of money and profits for someone white. And the same way the sharecropper got to sell some of the crop, they never made enough to get as big as the planter. Well, sex is part of how they get paid. And I want to say that it is structured. I'm a graduate of the University of Virginia, people. And the black athletes, we weren't even allowed to talk to other black students. They would stop it. They couldn't even have a black girlfriend. They would get told off. Look, I went to Harvard. I'm not boasting. One of the first black deans of Harvard College, Archie Epps, would denounce and criticize the young black men that had black girlfriends. They would complain about it. Basically, if you're going to make the next move, you're going to have to be sleeping with the enemy so we can have a handler to watch you. You can't make it with the black woman or black man. And you know what? We've begun to believe that too, like that silly ass bitch Whoopi Goldberg. I just enjoyed the fact that what's his name, the one that played in The Matrix, disrespected her. She needs a hell of a lot more disrespect. Did you hear that she told Monique?
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, right? That that
Yeah,
that
he's not a good person.
I don't care, but I mean, fucking Whoopi Goldberg looks like a slug with glasses. She's not a good person to tell Monique she needs to get rid of her black husband. And yet, liar ass Whoopi Goldberg, when she was a junkie, her black husband that she doesn't talk about, got her sorry ass off drugs. She rewards him taking a white Jewish name and acting like he doesn't exist. And the only child she had was with him. And you see this on all sides. All sides. It's so, and it's really about worshiping white people. And by the way, and
Yeah,
they
you brought up
excuse,
something that I've always been saying, Dr. Short, is that every black American in this country has an inner coon. And because we don't understand the psychological damage they did with us being around them but up under them for so long. And just on a subconscious level, you see it. Like the saying go, you want to know what a black person is thinking, ask them in front of a white person. Like, but okay, so let's talk about code number 13. What is the consequences? Because this is the pattern that we keep seeing.
the
And we got some
consequences.
of us that's gonna jump off the porch and call it conspiracy and white supremacy and all this, which we understand. But when are we gonna start holding each other accountable for our own bullshit?
It's already starting. Your damn book is starting it, sir. You're one of the instigators of reform. You think I'm fucking with you because you have a book? I'm fucking with you because you started some shit, and I'm gonna help you fuck it up. Okay? Twizzle's not the only nigga that's crazy. We crazy in DC. Look, delineation, which the Hawaiians have done and other people, uh, there's delineation in the mafia. If you don't have enough Sicilian blood, you can't get made. We're the only people that say, well, as long as you love, it doesn't matter, We're the only people that allow something like sex to be an excuse. White pussy's so good. I'm committed in my heart to my people, but man, white girl really know how to suck a dick, man. When the white girl go down, she not like a black woman and shit. You can you can feel the Red Lobster requesting shit when she's going down. When the white girl smoke the mic, she just give herself. It's I don't even know whether that's true or not. And part of me doesn't care. In fact, part of that is the damn irresponsibility that we think sex is recreation. We are copying the white slave masters that raped women and buck broke men to treat sex like it is recreation instead of legacy building. You need to delineate who you whip your dick out for and why. Meghan Markle was up in the palace because of her bloodline, not because she was pretty, not because she could pass for white. We think what we have, we're like fucking Jack and the Beanstalk. Give our money away for some stupid shit. Give what we have away because we don't appreciate it. And delineation begins to say we are somebody, we matter, we've got standards, we've got rules. We're not going to vote for you just because you're black, like this punk ass nigga Ofaga. And someone asked me, I think it was in your last space, I got angry when they asked, was Obama in the closet? Obama's never been in the fucking closet. Niggas liar, denial, imagination puts his ass in the closet. Let him be the punk ass bitch he's always been. And let me just say, everybody that sucked dick or get fucked in the ass isn't hurting foundational black American freedmen. James Baldwin didn't. But we got weaponized sissies like Obama. There was a room called the Oral Office in the bathhouse that dude used to hang in. It was called the Oral Office. These white gay men had a room dedicated to Obama at a gay bathhouse. So you look at the Billy Porters and these other people, you see this shit, the RuPauls, over and over again. It's all about, this doesn't happen with other groups of people because they don't forgive you if you embarrass them. We're the only people that will say, Rick James got money. Rick James got money. We've allowed the paper produced by our enemies to compromise all of our values. Everybody doesn't do that. You will not find Mexicans playing roles that denigrate Mexicans even for money. You throw some money, you can get any kind of fool, man or woman, black, to do it. Part of accountability is there's some things you won't do for money. I'm not a rich person. I'm not wealthy. I wouldn't even say I'm financially secure. But there's some things you could not pay me to do to other black people. I won't do it. I know you're going to get me. I know. Look, I had to hook up before Candace Owens and them did. I had to hook up with the Republicans. We like you. You're brilliant. We saw how you tripled the number of black people voting Republican. But Short, you're obsessed with race. You talk about your people too much. We really like you. You're so smart. God, you got the credentials, you got the look, you're articulate, you got the family, you got the church. But everybody knows you're very concerned about other black people. And that's going to be a problem sometimes. And I told the lady who was on the Republican National Committee for D.C., Julie Finley, um, I guess there's going to be a problem because I care about other black people. I wouldn't mind being involved in politics, but I can't forget what happens to the people I see every day. Guess it's not going to work. And says, really regret that, you're so fixated on race. And I can say to you, opportunities have come and gone. If you just don't talk about black shit, you can make it. And in the words of one of my mentors, Jewel Mazik, who was a mentor to Malcolm X and many other people, she's someone that I want you to put in your future book, Brother 14 Codes. The year I was born, 60 years ago, a CIA agent went up to a woman named Jewel Mazik, a black Indian from Georgia, Macon, Georgia, who's one of the mothers of real Pan-Africanism and black nationalism and the modern civil rights movement and the black internationalist peace movement. The man said, you need to work for us. We've been watching you. You need to work for us. How much are you getting at the Library of Congress? We can give you 10 times that. Starting. And he asked my mentor, don't you want to be rich unlike these other black people? And she answered, what's the point of me being rich if my people are being oppressed and poor? Why should I be better than the group that I'm in? And the guy went from being nice to saying, you're an arrogant nigga bitch. I can see that. Well, you know what? You had your chance. You don't have your husband anymore. And within a short period of time, they had interjected the former wife of Harry Belafonte to be his mistress, and then he was trying to kill her husband was trying to kill her, one of the mothers of black nationalism and everything in this part of the century. This really happens. Y'all need to talk to some of the older people. They don't scream and holler about how rich they are because they're not. They refuse to sell out. The problem is in our community, we celebrate sellouts. He could dance and sing, but Michael Jackson in many ways sold out. Prince sold out. Almost everything that we see, in fact, crossing over should be called crossing out. Abandoning the very people that made you to get the money of the other people that had initially ignored you. That's seen as greatness. Went to divinity school. I wasn't trying to do it, but you know what? Ideally, people said, you could have a white church short. Why would I want a white church? What, I'm building up white people and my people are broken? What sense? I mean, I went to school to do all of that to help the other side. So your book talking about delineation, accountability, reciprocity, us being people of our word, and understanding, again, nothing should come before your principle as being a creation of God, being a man, being a father, being a husband. That means your dick. That means white acceptance and all these other things. They can't even compete with necessary things that we have. Now let me stop because someone else needs to talk.
You cooking, Dr. Short. You touched on some points. Like I said, I wrote that chapter because a lot of black men like to complain when it comes to the women in our community.
Mm-hmm.
When, like I said, a lot of the behavior is because we are fucking up. It's really that simple.
Yeah, and black men rip up black women. They rape
Yeah.
them, they molest them, trying to fuck them by the time they can walk. I mean, there's sisters who've been run through by the time they're 12, they're pros. Why would she still be innocent if part of black manhood is busting that pussy as fast as you can? I had a poem called Fuck My Community that I wrote, wow, ooh, 33 years ago. And a stanza from the poem is, I'm gonna fuck you, little girl, and I know I'm early, but I gotta get mine before it gets too curly. It's a mentality of a lot of our sisters are the victims of pedophilia in their families. I mean, you know, a black woman goes through basically either a pussy because there are a lot of studs, women raping girls. Our sisters go through a sexual gauntlet, and so do our boys, where everybody's ripping and fucking everybody else. Not loving, not nurturing, not protecting, not caring, not teaching people to read and write, but damn. And I've
But
seen
that's that
people,
subconscious behavior you was talking about of mimicking them white folk.
and,
We ain't even realize.
and even if they're not imitating white folk, I've seen this shit where, man, this, guys are looking at a girl, 7, damn, she gonna be fine. I mean, we're talking about an old nigga, 45, looking at a 6. I'm glad I don't have a daughter like you. I want to punch a nigga in your face. What are you looking at my child for? Maybe your dick is too small for her. Had you ever considered? Get a chihuahua, shit. You know, we have a culture, a predatory sexual culture that mirrors what we had in slavery, and we've come to say that's keeping it real.
Yeah, I was saying that in the last space. We understand the fucked up behavior that goes on, especially within the family. Everybody chooses to ignore it, and then everybody's worried about why you become an adult and having all these goddamn psychological problems.
Or why you're gay. And we let 1 in 9 of our kids go into child and family services so they get raped in foster care
Hmm.
and pass from one group of people to the other. So I'm sick of things being kept real. I want shit to be fake. That's why, let's go back to white Jesus when niggas were more fake and we had more fake. Shit, get rid of the black one, throw that motherfucker in the trash. I'm willing to do just about anything to see our culture change immediately. All these mannish girls, they have to act mannish to keep from being bothered by guys. All these dudes, I mean, look, let me tell you, I was going to get a job, although they weren't treating me right, to work as like an assistant of the court to work with young people. And there was something that happened that hurt me so bad. I just was like, these kids who were being kept in the homeless shelter, young black boys, they couldn't be more than 10, 12, were making fun of one of the other boys, saying how he was going to get fucked. And he was saying he wasn't going to get fucked because he went to bed later. He would go to bed at 12 o'clock. That's the way he kept from being fucked by people in the homeless shelter. And we have hundreds of thousands of homeless children. People are vulnerable. And this doesn't bother anybody. This doesn't make people angry. And it's in the church too. Okay, this is why you hear me talk about church shit. Okay, and it's in the mosque too. They can lie. We have all these cults: Nature Boy, Polite, Malachi York. All these people are freaks. And little sex cults, and people screw Yahweh ben Yahweh, you're fucking other people's wives and shit. And they talk about the money he amassed. Ooh, well, he had a $200 million empire, but you have a $200 million empire, but you're fucking other men's wives. And if they get mad, they end up rolled up in a rug. And you want to tell me about white enslavement? You know, this thing is unacceptable. And it isn't, like I said, I mean, we all have genitalia. I see Patty Cakes. She's got a vagina. I think. I hope so. And it may be erectile dysfunction at my age, but I think I have a penis last time I checked. Just because I've got it doesn't mean I have to use it recklessly. And as a person, thank God, who's been accused a few times of sexual assault and harassment of people I didn't even touch, if I didn't have the character that I had, my ass probably would be in jail or dead now. Because the system is designed to destroy us. If we're not accountable, if we're not respecting each other, if we are willing to run a train on somebody and the woman has to basically, I don't know, play hoosker-doo to figure out who the damn father is, and the kid is basically the product of a sperm milkshake from a drunken orgy, and nobody wants to help that child, touch that child, love that child. The mother wants to leave the kid in a hot car, get her nails done, and watch the movies. The grandma's wearing booty shorts trying to fuck the father that doesn't want the baby. We got this craziness. How are we going to make it? How does this seem right? And let me just go to Howard University. I'm sick and tired of black men saying, as long as it's a pussy, it's good. Because I'll tell you about the guys that used to screw, two dudes would screw a woman at the same time to see if they could feel the tip of each other's penis inside the woman's body. But because one was in her ass and one was in her vagina, the shit wasn't gay. Seemed like you just butt dickheads like straight up gays instead of using the woman almost like a condom. And I've had to embarrass guys talking about all the pussy they got, and I asked, what age was she? And it, hush. Because yes, they do. There are people who target. We've got a pedophilia problem on steroids. And there are grown men and others that are fucking these kids at 5 and 6 and younger. Oh, yes, we do. I hate it. I grew up with it. I hate it, and I don't give a damn if anybody in my family that supports that shit hates me. Fuck y'all. This has to stop. And so people talking about busting a nut, like the guys who run around with pictures of the kids they have, and they wouldn't even give that motherfucker a steak and cheese once a year. How the hell do you think your mother, the mother of the kid, is making it? Or the nigga that's fucking a woman who's got benefits and you trying to eat all the damn food that has been provided for another man's kids. You hate the kids, man. Give me the box of Cheerios. No, motherfucker. These are my honey nut Cheerios. What? Because I fuck your mother. That's why I eat my Cheerios, right? I mean, I mean, I've seen some of this shit and not be able to do much about it. Part of delineation is, because it used to be in the text, a dude was sorry, like I tell everybody. One of my favorite scenes in a movie was when Sonny and the Godfather went and beat the shit out of Connie's husband for putting his hands on her. When black men were men, if you fucked over a black woman, we come see you. And come see you. We gonna roll up in the car. We're gonna come out and we're gonna beat your ass in the front yard. You get where I'm coming from? We're not going to take this shit. Some white men offended some women in my family about 100 years ago. My great-great-uncle shot both of them in the head. White men. Don't fuck with our women. He had to run the rest of his life. But the point is, our women should be safe. Our children should be safe. They aren't safe if you're just fucking shooting nut everywhere like it's a fucking super soaker, instead of the ignition that goes into the womb to bring new life into this world. And killing the babies, being an abortion clinic getaway driver, doesn't make you a fucking man either. Come on, y'all. Where's Twiz?
So what's the consequences?
The
This is the thing
consequences is
where I want to say
genocide.
this.
The
I said
consequences.
we keep saying this behavior, and that's the one thing
No,
that
it's
when I
not. It's
get tired
choice.
when
It's a
people like
choice.
Kobe,
You
bro.
want to see what happens? The Hawaiians couldn't control fucking white people. Now the native Hawaiians are completely marginal in their own fucking country. There are a lot of people that could not control how they got down, who they had to sleep with, and why. Well, it's just pussy, right? It's just dick, right? And these people went in and sent folks to their island with STDs and it decimated the populations. There is a consequence for what you do, how you do it, and who you do it with. I'm not saying no sex. I'm saying sex with honor, reciprocity, mutual respect, with an understanding that if I hopped on Miss Patty Cakes and we did it, sex isn't Xbox, it's sex box. And babies come out of sex box. We must make sex spiritual and not secular and recreational.
I agree with that. Like I said, it wasn't about being a prude or with a holding it out type attitude, but it's about directing that energy the right way.
Yeah, but what's holy about being a dad and a mom and a baby? And at least the kids knowing, I always tell people that one of the first times I was able to make a friend when I moved from the suburbs to the ghetto school, and I got the first invitation to visit a classmate from school after being seen as a white boy. I didn't live in the neighborhood, and I got to go to this house. It was so cool. Wow, I finally was able to overcome, Negroes that don't like you when you're not in their neighborhood. And I almost got the shit kicked out of me for something that, wow, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I made the mistake of assuming that my friend's sister and two brothers had the same last name. And I almost got my ass kicked multiple times because I kept getting it wrong. His name was McIntyre. I thought their name was McIntyre. Oh, no, it wasn't. And they hated each other's fathers. And each time you accidentally called them by the last name of the man they hated, they were ready to beat your ass. That's chaos. Which means the mother, who was somewhere, I never met the mother, so she's out probably hoeing, whatever, and she dumped her off on the grandmother. These kids all had their feuds over having different fathers. What does that do? What does that do when this? Look, I do genealogy. I got relatives, and close in, and someone, I don't know. I know the branch of the family. I just don't know who it is. They fucked people in Vietnam. I've got Vietnamese family. There are about 15 kids that this nigga made. They all have names that are nothing related to anything I've ever known in my life, and they're all my cousins. It's the same man. And they're in and out of foster care. They're bitter, they're gay, they're on drugs. But he got some free pussy. And the one,
I address this in the book, Dr. Short. That comes because all of us come from, grandparents, great grandparents who had a lot of siblings, whether it's from the same.
hold.
That
No,
was a form of
no,
black
no,
men
no,
trying
no,
to gain
no,
their
no,
manhood
no,
because of
No,
in the
that's
country.
not correct. I'm not trying to correct you on your space.
Oh no, you good.
We did have people that did that. It was frowned on. So when I do go back, the people that did that, they didn't strut and say baby mama, mama, dad, and this shit we have now is 1 trillion times worse than what we used to have. I got a couple years on you. If you called a kid a bastard in 1970, it carried weight. Why? Because in 1970, still most boys and girls black had a father in the home. Big hit, 1968, Supreme's Love Child. Their second or third best-selling record went number one with white people, only went to number two with black people. Biggest black female group of the decade, but they talking about black folk. This love we're contemplating is worth the pain of waiting. Will when we end up hating the child we may be creating, love child. The discussion about fucking and not thinking about the consequences, it was taboo. But this situation, because I got the book on the Negro family by E. Franklin Frazier from the 1940s, where this thing had started then with the dislocation and blacks being driven off the land in the South and the Great Depression. We've had a trend, but this has become even more powerful with deindustrialization, forced disintegration, because we ain't integrated with nothing but hell. We and the promotion of crazy values, different
You remember
strokes for
that too,
different
that
strokes.
Vietnam War too.
Yeah,
Like you
v-
said, they got
Vietnam.
kids on different islands.
Yeah, but Vietnam, that welfare, the projects, feminism, feminism, and the sexual revolution was meant to do with what has happened to us. And by the way, we're not unique. White folks who don't finish high school or college are doing as poorly as the black Americans I'm describing, as are the Latinos and others. Just there's a greater cohesion because the pressure to destroy and atomize our community is greater, and the betrayal of our leadership, the abandonment of the church and all the other institutions that provided cohesion, the destruction of education, and the destruction of our communities through the Federal Highway Commission, all these other people, all these things hit us like a neutron bomb. Now, this is already a discussion, but what has not happened is a master plan to repair us. What many of us don't know, because when we hear about Reconstruction, mostly what we hear is how black people lost stuff. But we miss the fact of how many black people were able to create a more stable black family after the enslavement. In fact, black freedom at its core always was having a family with a man and a woman, not this rainbow Skittles bullshit, not two dykes who are turkey basting, but a man and a woman raising children, and a real man takes care of his kids. The custom until recent times is in some families like mine, if you got someone pregnant, people tried to kill you if you didn't marry them. That's why it's called a shotgun wedding. And there were really people who were told, your ass is going to die if you don't marry my sister. I don't mind going to jail, but you can't do this to my family. Then we got lax. Well, every child is good. No. Every child should have the best chances of having all the support of a man and a woman. And if they don't have that, the odds are against them for reading, for literacy, for academic attainment, for them to stay off of drugs, for them not to be depressed, to not be suicidal, to not go into crime, to choose not to fight to preserve that, as the black Democrats have done, and the black Marxists, and some little goofy Negroes in the little stupid cultic religions. Yeah, we gonna go back to Africa. And Africa was matrilineal. Well, motherfucker, you're not in Africa. And if it's so fucking matrilineal, why aren't you feeding the kids instead of Snap? We have to start as black men. I always tell people about a spades party we were having back in 1988. And somebody I knew named Chris, a Trinidadian, by the way, who got a girl pregnant and had a child. I didn't know. So I was playing cards and I was making fun of niggas that don't take care of their kids, clowning them. Like I do them right now. You're a sorry ass nigga if you don't take care of your kids. God blessed you with a baby. You can't even take them some fucking Now-Laters and some infant formula. As cheap as Depends are, you probably wearing them yourself, switch-hitted motherfucker. You can't do anything for the baby that came out of your fucking nuts, but yet you want to boast about being a dad? So I was clowning hard on sorry-ass black men that don't give a fuck about their kids and bitch about how hard the white world is to them, yet you make a child with less than you and you don't care about them. You're worse than a fucking white man. I talked so bad. We were laughing. This dude almost cried. And then people started telling me, hey, go light, sure, go light. Look, this is what I have to go light for. I'm not talking about anybody here, because I wouldn't even play cards with a nigga that won't feed his own kids. Shit, I'll throw my fucking hand in right now. Who in here is not taking care of their fucking kids? So I can disrespect you to your face. Turned out the nigga that was upset had abandoned his kid and was on crack. So, I laid that nigga out. I ended the card game. Get the fuck out my apartment. We're trying to raise up our community, and the least you could do is be a man for your son. And you eating my fucking curry chicken, playing on my spades table, and your kid's hungry. Get the fuck out my house. Get out, I'll throw you out. And you know what? His ass starts seeing his kid because the other guys backed me. But you see, we black men, we want to be cool and popular and fit in. We need to start telling niggas, I don't want to fucking be around your shiftless, get a loaf of bread, never return type nigga that's not taking care of your kids. I don't want to see a fucking grill in your mouth and $1 million worth of tattoos on your dick and your ass. And your kids don't have shoes. And everybody else is donating school supplies for your fucking kids. And you don't care, but let those motherfuckers get to the Final Five for a basketball game. Oh yeah, that was some shit I stole back in the day. We, as black men, should punish any motherfucker that makes a child and your name isn't on their fucking birth certificate. I'm saying, stay the fuck away from Dr. Randy Short. I don't want to know you. You aren't worth the shit. You're a fucking black Ku Klux Klansman. Because your children are the ones dying. Your children are the ones ending up in jail. You're the ones committing suicide. They're the ones doing the mass shooting everywhere because you didn't give a fuck. It was just some skin-tight pussy, if it was skin-tight, because y'all fuck a lot of big girls because they pay you. All of this is about the fact that you can slide your dick into someone and not be committed, not be married, not really be a functional man. And you know what? Won't even pick a quality woman where you guys may have to suffer and eat some biscuits and shit until you get on board where you guys have something. To hell with that. We make excuses. Oh, well, she had good pussy. What you need to know is whether she'd be a good wife. Would you be a good husband? Would she be a good mother? Would she be on your side? Would she know the difference between Clorox bleach and infant formula? Not poison your damn baby. And that she's not a stud fucking your mama, all your sisters and your aunts. And you're subsidizing that shit because, you think because she lets you hit it from the back that you're all that. When do we get tired of that? I don't want your friendship or popularity. I want there to be black families, and if you can't start one, be like me and not fucking procreate. Don't go out there praying and lying to sisters, pretending that the car that you borrowed, that you rented, is yours, so you can get some pussy that you're not responsible for. Pussy ain't really free. It just seems like it. Pussy is like a real estate contract. The fine print at the bottom, that's the shit that gets you.
Mic drop, Dr. Short. Hey, so code number 14. Black man understands that the dick can make a break in.
Mm.
And you touched on a lot of the issues that we deal with, especially when it comes to our fucking black men not knowing how to control their goddamn sexual urges.
Not even trying to, boasting about it. Let me give you a quick story. When I was a student at Howard back in the 80s, there was a guy, because let me tell you, a whole bunch of this shit isn't even about men and women. We black men are going to have to find a way to get along with each other where we're not cold and clinical. We're not sociopathically violent where we want to kill each other. I call that brotherfucker culture. And we're not trying to fuck each other either. There is a possibility for you and I, Trey, to be friends, to be a brother, and I may love you and be kept. And I'm not trying to like have your fucking body fluids on my back or in my eye or up my nose or in my throat, or I'm not trying to blow out your ass because I like you. I mean, can't there be some brotherhood where like every time it turns around, it's got to be somebody fucking penetrating an orifice or nothing matters? God damn that. So, and the reason I'm saying that is, guys, I'd say 60% of the time guys are fucking, it's to get status from men. That shit's so gay. If I like a woman, I'm not going to tell you, because one, I don't want to share her with your ass. I respect her reputation, and you won't know anything about. I have women friends, a nigga asks me about any woman I talk to, I don't have a fucking thing. I start looking at them like, you need to stop fucking me, asking me anything. I haven't asked you whether you're married or not. I haven't asked you shit. Have you noticed? You're the one that said you had a daughter on the space. I don't bother anybody else's woman because she ain't mine. I know folks, I don't know their wives' name. Just to be certain I'm not trying to screw your woman or your girlfriend, I don't even know what to call her unless y'all wanted me to know her. You get what I'm saying? But these brothers, in reality, we have no other way to say, hey, Trey, brother, that's a great book you had. You're a brilliant mind, man. I really love the way you think. And I should be able to bond with you around the fact that you think, that you can write, that you care. But we don't pick that. So it's drugs. Hey, man, you want to get fucked up? Like, I can't come and say, hey, man, I'd like to get to know. Would you like to get fucked? Would you like to take some marijuana laced with fentanyl? And maybe we can talk so we both risk dying and shit? Because I'm so fucking insecure
like it's
and immature as a black man. I need a substance, or I need to drink a beer so I can lay my head on your chest because it's hairy. I kind of like it. You kind of... What the fuck, black men? A whole lot of stuff going on as black men wanting to get in with black men. And I'm going to say this, a lot of black men are ice cold bitches like their mamas. So you don't get to know them, and that's how niggas can hang together and get to a basketball, and ready to kill someone over a basketball game, or see a girl neither one of them knowing that's a trend, and he's ready to shoot you over a fucking man. And it's like, y'all grew up together. You hear this shit all the time. People killing their best friend. I don't even know why I killed him. Because you never fucking knew him. You never fucking liked him. You never understood him. Y'all talked about pussy and sports, and y'all never knew each other. Everything was fucking surface. And where I'm going with that is, people want bragging rights to impress guys. So the guy at Howard, because he wanted to be popular, they went to a party, and this guy was with this girl. And this dude's, in fact, I've seen these dudes, they just run around. Let me just do them. Pussy, man, they just love pussy. They'll walk into a room and they start talking. They don't say, hey man, my name is. They'll come and say, man, you like pussy as much as me? Man, I just love pussy. I think about pussy night and day. Man, standing on my head thinking about pussy. When I'm eating a hamburger, I'm thinking about pussy. When I'm in church, I'm thinking about pussy. When I'm taking communion wine, I think it tastes like pussy. And they just pussy, 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 pussy. And you know what? Black men are so fucking shallow and dishonest, and they're fucking illiterate, a lot of them. That's the one thing, sports and pussy, that are safe topics. That, in other words, instead of saying, hey man, I'm all right, you're okay, I'm a good brother, you say, man, Trey, man, there's some fine assholes in here. Did you see that girl's titty there, man? That nipple looked like it had an X-ray ray gun on the tip. and we have to denigrate our women in order to talk to each other. So back to the guy at the Howard party. He's just boasts about, man, he's gonna fuck some girls and they're like, man, I'm gonna fuck me at least a couple of these girls. Damn, they're fine as shit. And he got this girl, he's dancing, ass with her, this, that, and the other. And he was boasting about how he reached into her pants, into her drawers, and he could feel that she had condylomas. She had vaginal warts. She had an STD, and he felt it with his hands. And you know what? To prove how much he loves pussy, he fucked her anyway without a condom. Because he knew, man, I like pussy so much. If a bitch had AIDS, shit, I'm a pussy. I'm okay. And that's bragging rights, that I would fuck a woman with AIDS, or I would fuck a woman with STD because it was pussy. As long as it's not a man, that word up, nigga, I fucked those hoes, I fucked that bitch. Man, I felt a little knot, and I just put that shit aside, slid my dick all up in there, man. Shit, there's a clinic up the street, man, but I don't turn no pussy down. This kind of stuff, which is why we have sky-high rates of AIDS and STDs, and we are sterilizing our women with our fucking filth and our dirty dicks, black men. It's a goddamn disgrace. But he boasted that he screwed a woman with the STD, and you know what? No one really says, man, you need to get checked. So we got all these people now who have HPV, who are sterile, who have rectal cancer, throat cancer. The rates go through the ceiling. They could wipe us out, knowing how we get down. And they promote it, and the rappers promote it. And my God, now anal sex, people now need to have their asshole licked. And justice and demand this of our women. Say, I respect you, queen, but could you lick my asshole like it's some dog in an alley? And there was a guy named Dexter I went to Howard with, who was a Q in the School of Dentistry. Hi, Dexter. He had videos, a hidden camera, and he would get women to lick his ass and show the videos to the people at the Howard University Dental School. To get props from black men. So you mean that's gonna make me like you, to see a woman put her tongue in your ass? Isn't that kind of queer for me to be looking at you getting your ass stimulated by a woman's tongue? And you come and show it to me? He was a Q too. I said that too. Oof, oof, oof. This is despicable. This is vile. This ain't love. This is fucking. We need love, kindness, compassion. There could be sex. Sex is wonderful if you care about the person. I saw a black man recently killed his wife in North Carolina and killed his wife in Brooklyn. Black man killed 2 women. These people are out killing women. Woman put a man in a river. People are fucking and they're killing. All this domestic violence. They're women and men murdering and killing each other, murdering the children, because one, fucking is addictive. Love takes patience, it takes time, it takes character, it takes investment, it takes being give and take. We don't talk about love. We talk about asses, booties, nut sacks. When did we stop? And we used to have love music in the community. I hear hate music. Little white gay English groups that swung both ways that used dope used to make songs insulting white women when black folks were making love music, even if they were in the LGBTQ life in the closet. Good example, Teddy Pendergrass. Now, now, we put out hate music and we celebrate that. And by the way, all these gangster rappers who God knows how they got their record contract, we're getting this from the Diddy trial and other things, all of this posturing to get male affirmation, in which you denigrate women and you probably just love men. And it seems as if now people like the ass more than they say they love pussy, but they like ass. They say they love pussy, they like dick. They say they like pussy, they like blowjobs. In fact, the joke is, what's the difference between straights and gays? They both like blowjobs. There are women who can't even get fucked in their pussy anymore. Ask them.
Well, I'm supposed to go from there, Dr. Short. But now, it's a detriment in our community. You know, like I said, a lot of black men use it as an excuse as far as it comes to child support and all this. But like you said, you got control of where you plant your seed.
Yeah, if you got married, you would have some protections. You basically, it's not enforced, but you're not supposed to have sex with people you're not married to. Not supposed to, but that's not enforced. So you're out here having sex outside of necessary legal protections for yourself and the potential offspring. And you bitch about the outcome. And then let's go further. These same black men that bitch and talk and know all the sports statistics in the nigger barbershops. That's why I cut my own fucking hair. I can't be around too many dumb people at one time. I mean, I get dumb germs and shit. It makes me psychotic. They know every single solitary statistic of these athletes. Man, he got a new tennis shoe line and he's starting at $100 million, right? Motherfucker don't know his kids' report cards and none of this shit. But these same black men know all this stuff about these athletes and the fucking white women that want nothing to do with them, having banded together to demand that the courts treat black men with respect when it comes down to custody. Even white men and others can come together. In fact, I'm going to just say this. Part of the consequence of a black man worshiping his dick, or at least hiding behind his dick to define his manhood, is that there's substantive manly things that he should be interested in, like the control over the lives of his children while they are his wards, and coming together as a collective, whether it's to get trash collected or to do something to keep gangbangers or people from doing graffiti. Instead, the shortcut is to just talk about how much pussy you get. White men talk about pussy, everyone talks about sex, but you know what? They take care of some business. Certain things, fuck up a white man in court, he'll go in and shoot everybody in the courthouse. I used to work almost across the street from the courthouse in Prince George's County, a really fucked up place if you're a black man and you get divorced. And the black men would be crying like little girls because they went to court and the racist ass white judges, the little castrating, pork chop feminist bitch ass black woman judges, and then the brotherfucker black men that probably want to fuck the man's wife, that want to be hard on him to prove how hard he could be on another. They would just fuck the black men up totally. But you know what? And all these black men get fucked, and none of them say, "Hey, brother Trey, let's pull together. Let's see what we could do to make this process fair." I understand marriages break up, but a man shouldn't go from making $700,000 a year to a divorce where he's living in his car homeless, and the wife gets everything and she cheated. And that's the other thing. When it's all about your dick, you don't care about anybody else who has a dick. Everybody with the dick is your enemy when they're black, because we're all fighting over, the supply of pussy that's going to run out. As if pussy going to run out. I think pussy's a renewable energy source, okay, like natural gas. That's my personal opinion. Other men come together, and they don't hate other men in their group for having dicks. Black men, I've heard niggas say, "Man, no, I wish I was the only man on this earth. I could fuck all the hoes myself." This idea that you'd like to see, as much as a Ku Klux Klansman, you'd like all the other black men dead so you could have all the pussies. This stupid ass idea, this nihilistic, anti-black, hyper, malignant, narcissistic, fake-ass heterosexuality, because you couldn't fuck them all. In fact, you want to know how the white people took down Africa? The Africans who traded off all the men to get rid of the men so there'd be more pussy for them. When the little armies came in, they rolled those motherfuckers because they didn't have value for the next man. Real manhood is, I want you to have running water. I want you to have a decent house and electrical power, and your kids to have textbooks and good schools, and that you have a good diet, and that you have transportation, and you have health care. It's not just like I'm a bitch Shannon Sharp type nigga or Michael Jordan type nigga where it's all about me. Basically, I'm almost like a conceited bitch that has 1,000,000 mirrors in her purse, except I've got a dick. This passes itself off for black manhood. It's bitch behavior. It's just got a dick on it.
How much it's gonna cost?
I didn't hear you.
I said, how much it's gonna cost? Because like I said, this ain't the first time, and it ain't gonna be the last time.
Well, I think that the good news is we've got Tethergeddon coming in October, and we have this very nasty social legislation called the Big Beautiful Bill, where white supremacy is going to cut off the safety net. Not like black people had a safety net until like the late 60s. We're going to be forced to learn how to work together. Black men in jail have a kind of collective to survive the white and Hispanic and other gangs. Maybe they have to kill a few black prisoners before people recognize they could kill me too. Black men, more so than black women, because black women, no matter how hard they act, they'll follow when men are strong. As long as we're weak, as long as we're petty, as long as an ugly woman whose face looks like a manhole cover that's been blown up can get two guys to fight in a bar that don't even know her and she's gay. And that's weakness, black men. When all the guys in jail fighting over bitch they didn't know, didn't like, didn't really want, and she was recreational side piece pussy. When you're weak, your women don't respect you. They would never tell you because they understand the male ego. Some niggas would kill him if she told me he was weak, but she knows he's weak. Strength is when black men can come together in caucus and have black Wall Streets. It is not impossible. Our inferiority in this day and time is a choice. Our being divided is a choice. Our suicidality, our brokebackness, all of our stud, pork chop, pussy munching dykes, it's a choice. Our abandoned bastard kids in foster care and everything else, and our junkies, it's a choice. We have to decide, do we like this? In fact, there is a difference between license and liberty. License, in reality, is slavery of choice. You can have a license to drink, to get high, to be whole, to be a trance, whatever. Liberty may mean I'm not doing those things because my eye, walking and talking with my mind, stayed on freedom. I stay away from negative things, and I have to mortify the body, as the Bible says in Romans. There's some shit I'm not going to do. I always tell people about the woman who had the most beautiful smelling pussy, vagina. Oh my God. I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Every time she came to class, I could smell it. I can still smell it. I'm going to start smiling when I think about how wonderful her vagina smell. And that shit was doing mind control of me. I mean, I was seeing like the little circle wheels spin around and shit. I could have hit it, and I loved the way this young woman looked. But she's my student. I can't do that. I can't. And this girl wanted me to fuck her. I can't. I'm there to teach, not to be a predator, not to bust the nut. Well, I had wet dreams, probably about 10 times as many. It was like emptying me out. My job was to educate and uplift young men and women. And so I had to tell her, I ain't doing this. And I smell how good it is. Trust me. And if you've ever smelled a pussy that's so good till you can remember it, I mean, it's clean too. Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. She had some kind of, I don't know, jungle potpourri. Oh my God. It was pussy I couldn't have. And had I not been a teacher, maybe. But as an instructor, I had to pass it up. I still think about this shit. I'm not gonna lie. That was some great pussy. But it wasn't mine. And by the way, as a teacher, the students trusted me. You know why? They knew I had integrity. I had a young gay woman tell me, you're the only man we know up here that's not taking advantage of the boys or the women. Because I tried to get her to talk to a woman instructor about what was going on. And I said, look, you're a young woman talking to me about a matter that's of sexual nature. Let me get a woman for you to talk to. So you're okay. And open the door to my office. I don't want you to. And I kept closing the door, opening the door, and she kept closing it. And it says, why won't you let me get a woman for you to talk to? And she screamed, she says, because I'm safe. I'm with you. You're safe. I'm more afraid of the women than I am of you. We've studied you. You have dick control. We don't even know why you teach here. And she went on to talk about how the football coach, Sneed, was trying to fuck her. And why she felt comfortable, because I was probably the only man she could speak to that I wouldn't try to hit some too. That's sad. And I was at a Christian school. So yeah, when you say Christian, damn, that shit's scary to me. Let me hold on to white Jesus for a minute. Help me, man. Protect me from black people. Okay. We've got to understand, and we don't have to do this much longer, brother. I can stop because, I got to do this show with Jaguar tomorrow. Are you going to help me promote my thing for Jaguar tomorrow at 12:30 on Zoom? Yeah, I mean, she's charging something, but I want to help Jaguar. We got to back people like Jaguar. She ain't perfect, but she's a queen. When you see a black woman standing up for the protection of black women and babies, exposing injustice of this nature, you ain't a man if you don't stand with someone like Jaguar. Okay? When any woman's come to me that's been abused or raped or assaulted, and I knew that shit, the woman I knew got raped by a mutual friend. I told her, meet me 8 o'clock. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna hold your hand and walk you to the police station. His ass has to be in jail today. We don't let certain things happen to our women and children and vulnerable males. And I'm no tough guy. Probably all y'all could beat my ass. Y'all bet your Wawa, a squirrel, a cat could kick my ass. But when it comes down to us as a people, as men, we should be able to come together around principle, around our survival. And if we can't have codes and covenants and commandments that we stick to, and as long as we have bullshit artists, I'm going to say it, like fucking Umar Johnson, you're a fuck nigga.
You gonna donate? You gonna donate?
I'm gonna donate my foot. No, look, he's been raising money longer than Billy Graham, who's dead.
$150.
You know what? He likes Africa so much. Take your school over there, cash out, steal the rest of the money people gave, and go over to Africa and be in some village somewhere where you can have multiple wives and shit. See how long that lasts. When
But
we
Dr. Short, don't us as a community gotta take some blame for this dude?
well,
Because he
yeah,
still has an audience.
yeah, he does, because you know what? It isn't. We're not gonna get everybody. It isn't about, look. This isn't a block party. This is a movement for national salvation for us as a people. If you don't get it, fuck you. If you saw the video I did with Peter Bailey, one of Malcolm X's lieutenants, we spend too much time trying to save people and get people who don't get it. I don't care about that anymore. Trey, I've only known you a couple of days. I taught you more than many people who've known me 50, 60 years.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they know. They haven't. They're never going to figure me out. They can't. They don't get it. I don't know. I'm not doing anything. If you knew me, if you meet people that knew me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, they'll say, he's more or less the same person I knew then. So it's not like you haven't had a chance to figure out where I'm coming from. They don't get me. They never will. Okay? And I don't care. I don't think about them. I think about people like Patty Cakes. I think about people that I can build a community with, like Big Mama. Because if we get our shit together, the same way the boule is only 10% of us, if 2-3% of us that are serious get our shit together, they'll have no choice but to follow us. They'll have to come and beg us for Bisquiks and maple syrup and rice and toilet paper, because when Plan 2025, whatever the fuck that thing is, this big beautiful bill, it's slashing the big toxic white titty that folk have been sucking on for 60 years. And there won't be anything other than what kind of relationships, what kind of leverage can you do in terms of your human connection with other people to make it. I'll just say this to you. If you go to Africa and they tell you people in Africa living on $1 a day, that isn't exactly right. Those people that earn the equivalent of $1 a day have a network of maybe 500 people that they deal with, which means they have the force of several $100s a day. They've got someone with the car, someone with the TV, a TV, somebody with water, and that's how they make it, because they leverage all of those $1 or $2 a day. You don't have to have a whole lot if you've got a network, if you've got a collective, if you've got cooperation, if you have a community and not a hood. And those people that don't want community or collective, it's pretty nasty with the lice and rats when you're homeless. We build the community, and in fact, we don't want them because they love us. You can't just give anybody a key to your house or to your space. No, you can't. They wouldn't respect you even out of kindness. How many people do you know you had to throw out family members because they wouldn't respect you? You're feeding, clothing, housing them, and they disrespect you in your own house. And you have to throw them out. We don't want lawless niggas. Nobody wants them. Those of us who don't want to get it together, I call them blacknecks. Same way white folk don't want the folks who fight because someone spilled Pabst Blue Ribbon on their titty at Walmart and they're going to fight. There are lawless white folks, Asians, Latins. They're shunned by the respectable people in that collective. We've got this stupid idea that we got from white leftist social workers that put all of us together. We're the same. I am not the same. Okay? In the words of my Cherokee great-grandmother, you're my color, you're not my kind. You my kind if you're polite, if you love learning, if you love God, if you're respectful, you don't steal, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you're accountable. If you're a lawless person, I don't want to be with your ass. We try too hard and we act as if violent, rogue, off-code, despicable Negroes are revolutionaries. No, they're subversive bullshit fuck niggas that we need to expunge from our community. That's how that works. You don't want to work with us? Get the fuck out. When you have a basketball team, you don't keep someone on the team or that you bench their ass if they won't come to practice. We're the only people that put the person that won't come to practice, that won't wear the uniform, and we want to put them on the floor. Fuck them. We're worth it as a collective for you to want to have rules, codes, laws, because you value a relationship with Brother 14 Codes and Patty Cakes and Twizzle. I don't want to molest his kid, Sister Giselle, up in Baltimore. She's worth it. I don't want to talk too fresh to her and have her husband come and kill my ass Baltimore style. Probably put me in some fucking crab cakes and shit and feed me to a dog or something. When we love one another, we're willing to submit and have certain ways in which we deal with each other. And let me tell you, it's fucking attractive and addictive when you start finding community people, trustworthy people that are honest. And we're not talking about takers. We're talking about people that are in the reciprocity. When you meet someone like Giselle or Patty Cake, you grab onto them and you keep them. And if we have a closed community where you just can't get up on our network, or you just can't have our stuff or our food, because I've watched black events which just open to everybody, and the folks come in and disrespect your ass in the midst of you being kind to them, and it doesn't win them over. It doesn't confront them. Say you have a fucked up family system, a fucked up way that you interact with people. You need a beat down. In fact, let's bring it to them. We have to be the ones that bring order, and if they want disorder, stay the hell away from us. And when the cops shoot your ass, have your own march.
Well, hey, Dr. Short, man, I appreciate you, man. I said it before, this been a humbling experience, and you opened my eyes a lot as far as me writing this book, because now I have to come at it from a different perspective, because we do have a lot of work, especially us as black men, because we have a lot of, go back to what you was talking about, the bragging, this whole attention seeking
and pride. The guys are such hoes. They're like girls who They're like girls who get the butt jobs. Except guys don't get butt jobs. They talk about how much pussy they get. It's still cheap. A woman's always shaking, jiggling her ass to get attention. To go, man, I got some pussy. I got some pussy. I got some pussy. And it's like, and the dude probably has AIDS and shit. So I don't know what kind. What is it, pussy or pussy? No, don't answer that. Never mind. Just
And then something else she brought to my attention too. I always thought it was weird how dudes would always go out their way to try to say they smashed another man's woman. It was like that was some bragging points. And like I said, it goes back to what I call homo attention. Like
it
a
is.
lot of men don't understand that they subconsciously really are feminine and really engaging in feminine behavior.
Mm-hmm. But I call it fagonist. It's like a male feminist, a fagonist. He's basically a sodomite that loves pussy. In fact, like I said, a lot of these men, I'm going to just talk about these sorry ass black men. The only thing, life for them consists of holes: a pocketbook, a purse opening, a vagina, an asshole, a mouth, right? And sometimes a checkbook. And it's all about getting something out of a hole. They don't really care anything for a woman. They care about the holes. In fact, if they twist it, they don't care anything about the man. They care about his holes. It's all about perforating everything, like your dick is a chainsaw. It's stupid. It's stupid. Let me just remind everybody, because we're gonna have conversations. In fact, Brother Trey, you need to. I'm gonna send your book thing over to Jaguar's producer, because I think she would find it fascinating. And we just have to help each other. Maybe it should be. Maybe we could talk about this shit in our conversation, because we also have to talk about about Ofaga. All of y'all that voted for Obama need to repent. I'm glad I never voted for that brokeback liar, fake ass, strange, my favorite Martian looking ass nigga. I know I never liked him. I didn't vote for him. I was never stupid. He never impressed me. Thank you very much. I just want to, I don't like to book 14 codes because I want to break codes. I want to break sex codes. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing when a man cracks his ass open and he's empathetic, he allows another man to penetrate. This is a good thing. You learn understanding. You learn about KY jelly. You learn why gay men are ahead of straight men, because they can bond together. When you're up on a man's back, you feel something different than when you're feeling a woman, because breasts are soft. When something's soft, you can fall asleep, but you can't fall asleep on a man's back because it's hard. And it's certain guys have very sharp vertebrae. I got penetrated one time. I had to get stitches. But take it from me. If you put your children in my hand, I promise you there'll be more gay flags than Amsterdam, more than San Francisco. I want to say something about this book, 14 Codes. We don't need any rules. We don't need condoms. And we don't need binary sexuality. Just look at Michelle and I. We can barely stand each other, but we share finances. And it's good. We had 2 daughters. They weren't ours. You think I put my seed in her? But she's put a lot of seed in me. Anyway, let me stop. Oh, man, y'all voted for that nigga. Damn. What does he have to do? Does Obama have to, drink Shannon Sharp's nut and shit on a camera phone for y'all to see what's up? Damn. Oh God, look. Let me go back. Jaguar and I are going to be talking about the queer kangaroo trial, the queer Diddy kangaroo trial, and this pedophile conspiracy. We're going to be talking about baby rapists and trafficking and all this shit at 12:30 on Zoom.
Yeah, I put it in the
Yeah,
Jumbotron.
please,
Yeah.
look for that. I want everybody to come. She's charging some money, but she needs it. And we're going to be doing more of these conversations. You know, they shadow ban us because they don't want us to come together. But the greatest thing that our people ever did, we accomplished it between 1864 and 1875, and that was we put our families back together in the midst of a genocide that followed the Civil War, in which they killed scores of thousands of black people. Tens of thousands of black people were murdered. All kinds of things happened. We still came out with the family. We still learned how to read and write. We still could build community. Nothing can stop us if we have the right codes, the right love in our heart, the connection to God, respect for each other. We, those handful of us listening to this, can cause a renaissance. I'm so convinced of it. This is why our community has to be baptized in dope, baptized in degeneracy, baptized in bad food, baptized in tethers, baptized in bad religion, baptized in bad food, baptized in poor policy, baptized in Democrats and Republicans, but we can float to the surface with God and each other. That's why they sing "Wade in the Water." One of the things that would happen when people would run away in groups in order to avoid being swept away by the current or losing each other, is they would hold hands. Even when they're crime scenes and they're trying to find bullets or things, that you know the policemen will spread across the field and hold hands. They got that from us, from the song "Walk Together, Children, Don't You Get Weary." There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. If we hold hands of righteous people and we put our hand to the plow, our people will be saved. Those of us, in fact, our people are those that want to see us great. To me, you ain't black if you're not for literacy, for family, for order, for reparations, for justice, for heterosexuality. Okay? Even if you struggle with it, at least put the pussy first as a man. And if you're a stud or you think you're one, at least be honest that the turkey baster got to come from a man. If you struggle until you get to the point where you're upright. Stop making excuses for what's happened and find people who are solution oriented instead of complaint and bitch oriented. Let me sign off here. Love you, brother
Okay.
Trey. We can do this. We can do this
Oh
often. I
yeah,
don't mind. I mean,
we
we
gonna hit them
shoot.
up,
I'm
man.
gonna
What's
treat you
up
like
with it,
your wife.
Shantae? How
I
you doing?
I know I made
Hey,
some
man,
people
before I take
mad.
off, I want to ask Mr. Dr. Randy Shaw. Can I ask you a question before you leave,
Yes,
please?
if you want to. I mean, I didn't plan to
It'll be a
talk this
blessing.
long.
It'll be definitely a blessing, and it'll make me feel a little bit closer to everything that I believe and think that's still possible when it comes down to us. Listening to you talk always make me feel encouraged, honestly. Now, you know what I will definitely appreciate, especially with your voice, Miss Vicky Diller, and everybody like that. Roland Martin and called a couple of people out not too long ago. I say about like 2 or 3 days ago. He called everybody out by name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I could just demolish him and let him know stop speaking for us. Do not talk about us. And when it comes down to it need to be a change over fist, like a hand over fist. It's time for the change to come. So like even with what is his name? Al Sharpton and people like that. I wish the ones that still living, that got this voice like you, would just let them know, like, you can't talk for us no more. We can't get up there and say the things that you do, or like a Vicky Diller, or people with, you know what I'm trying to say, a Philip Scott and such. The list goes on. And now I think it's just time for it to come to an end and stop letting other people speak for us, because it's like an embarrassment, and they make you feel like you're not worth anything, but you know damn well that you are. But listen to you talk, It's just more inspiration. I wish y'all can get together and just tell them motherfuckers, excuse my language, stop talking for us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Well, I'm not against people speaking. I'm not a dictator. I didn't plan to talk this much, but you get mad when you think about this. Sister, Roland Martin, I mean, I don't talk about other content creators typically because it's not personality driven, but I call him Rollover Martin, and it just so happens on either the 3rd or 4th of August, there'll be a memorial service for a man by the name of David Schwartzman, a Jewish dude who died, who kicked me out of the Green Party with others because went on Roland Martin's show with the man that may be his boyfriend. I won't say who. And I was asked questions, and I told him I called Obama Ofaga. Okay, Roland Martin told me they don't buy. I went on Roland Martin's show, and I was real, right? And of course, I got in trouble. I don't care. I do it again. Roland Martin is a fraud. And if you ever see the movie The 10 Commandments, there's a character played by Edward G. Robinson called Dathan. Dathan is described in the Bible, in the book of Exodus. He's a traitor, servant of Pharaoh who's against the Hebrews. And in every effort that Moses had to free his people, Dathan was trying to get them to go back to Egypt and be slaves. This is who Roland Martin is. Roland Martin is in the Greeks, and I just did an interview with me, and if you follow me on the Angry Black Men's Book Club, I told people like you, sister, in fact, if you want to show your voice, you need to talk to Zelle on here. I'd say to everybody this year, we've been trying to find people. My head's there. Finding like-minded people is very hard when you're black. But we need to get people to start crashing things like the Congressional Black Caucus. We need to start going to things like the NABJ thing. Like that dude, Jamal Green, who went after Roland Martin at the NABJ. We don't go after these people, but it's even better. We should be going after the Greek letter organizations. The backbone of Roland Martin is Alpha Phi Alpha. Roland Martin has no real legitimacy. He's not that great a journalist. Roland Martin almost destroyed the Defender newspaper up in Chicago. People in Chicago don't like him. A lot of people think that he's like Obama, or Ofaga, as I say. I mean, people don't have the, but within the Beltway and within the Boulay, which black people have not rejected them. If you got everybody to start complaining about Roland Martin's channel on YouTube to see if you could get his ass off, people do it to me. Why don't y'all do it to him? Find out who backs his show. Threaten their business. This is what white people do. I mean, I grew up with racist, Nazi-type white people. And so I got a master class in what you do when you don't like people. The Alpha Phi Alpha, they have a headquarters in New York or somewhere. What people really should be doing, and you're a woman, is encouraging people to quit Alpha Phi Alpha. In fact, you could go out and ask, if you're a man and you slept with Roland Martin, please contact me. And post that shit up there. Do you think do you think Roland Martin's marriage with his wife is real? Just asking. You didn't say. You can't accuse me. See, black women used to do that. Black women used to shame people. Sisters used to hold people accountable. Then all of a sudden, sisters started supporting illegals and gays and everything bad, baby killing.
Jeans and shit. Yeah.
I mean, so sisters need to go back. Black women used to hold shit down. Yes, you could get 4 or 5 women together, committee of women, and start looking at people. And if you speak for black folks, let me share something with you. Al Sharpton, the woman, y'all need to reach out to the lawyer that got gang raped at Al Sharpton's birthday party back in 2013 with Viagra that Al Sharpton paid for. I'm amazed at things that happen to women, and black women are silent about it. Black women don't look out for black women anymore. They're more fascinated with shit that happened to black men, and they're feminists. Why can't sisters start advocating for women and girls? Why did Al Sharpton's brother be in the car with the man that shot a woman with the shotgun? And when he was trying to get his brother pardoned by Biden, there was no outcry from any black woman in the country. Why would we let a man out of jail that would be in the company of a man that would shoot a sister with the shotgun? Al Sharpton's security person's sister was shot dead outside the United States Capitol, right across from the Dirksen building with her baby in the car. Al Sharpton never said anything about it. There's all this stuff. You should look up Al Sharpton's wife. Why did they get divorced? Why don't black women ask this shit? You know, it holds a lot of weight when women question a man's manhood. How come black men that are suspect don't get questioned anymore? Like Obama. Come on, the nigga, he's like begging for someone to unload in his jaws. And y'all are acting like this dude is okay. I mean, I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm tired of getting mad. You do too, count. If you got a group of women together, black women for responsible black leadership, and you have a criterion, and folks start asking, like that picture, Robert Martin, he's strange looking. Okay? And he always wears ascots. I'm wondering if someone busted a nut on his neck and it bothered the skin there. Think about that. See, you can see, yes, I had surgery here, but my skin, Ask him if he can show his neck. He doesn't have much of a neck. Why does he always have this shit covered? Do you follow? Shit like this make motherfuckers run for cover. Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. All of the fraternities and sororities are this is the unelected dictatorship of black people in this country, along with the Masons. They run the churches. This is a Greek thing. It's a black Greek letter organization that holds blacks under this dictatorship. And dictator spelled with a K. When do we rebel? When do we get Roland Martin to take a stand? And if Roland Martin, we could get Roland Martin to say he's against reparations. All we have to do is get him to say it. And then we decide that he can't go anywhere. Anywhere he goes, we're going to fight him. Harriet Tubman and Ida B. Wells did the shit. She was one black woman way back when. You mean to tell me we haven't produced anybody? We haven't produced multiple Ida B. Wells? I don't believe that. Stop thinking about what you can't do and think about what you can. You're a woman. You're tired of this shit. Roman Martin's on Twitter. Get a group of people. Create a group. Black people that don't like, sellouts. And focus attention on Roland Martin. You know this dude can't handle criticism. He'll block your ass in a minute. He's very, very sensitive. He's so tender. We should make these people miserable. These people.
I've been saying, Dr. Short, we need to start making people real uncomfortable.
Make people pay for what they've done to us. Ask Roland Martin why he doesn't talk about human trafficking of black women. Is it because his little frats, like these sex clubs where black women are enslaved? Adult entertainment in reality is female sexual slavery. He's supposedly a minister of the gospel. How come nobody talks about the missing black woman? Why doesn't his ass do it? That's a real simple thing. You mean you don't care about missing girls? How come you don't do that, Roland Martin? It's because some of your frats did it? See, trust me, he doesn't get questioned. And find out which church ordained him. Demand that you defrock his ass. This nigga ain't no man of God. Why not? How hard is that to do? How hard is it to bring? I'd like to see a coalition of black women that are tired of black women being messed over. Black women are raped in the military, disproportionately raped in prison, raped in schools. Everything happens to black women. And there's no outrage. I'm angry as hell of a woman I watched get beat in 1969. I'm still angry. I still wish I could have killed that man when I was 4. It's time for sisters to get mad over substantive shit. Get mad about Rowan and them not speaking up for black women that clean hotels and have the shitty jobs to get real wages. How come it's white women and others talking about $15 an hour and his bloated ass has it? How come the Greek letter sisters are there? The only thing they have to offer black women is to kill babies or to be gay or to hate black men. Black women are increasingly the homeless people in this country. Black women have been cut out of Section 8 and these illegals have gotten it. And some of these Greek letter people, disproportionate ones in Congress and everywhere else, have given money taken from the black community to people who rape and discriminate against us. Sister, you got everything you need. You just need to talk to some other black women and decide. A handful. The Montgomery bus boycott was started by 3 black women. Yeah, get the fuck off my platform. A bigot. No, I should be. If I'm a bigot, I hate you. Go away. Block his ass. Get out. Get the fuck off my platform. I love it. White folks always call people bigots and have genocides everywhere. Killing people all over the earth. You criticize some people and you're a bigot. They can support the mass murder of Palestinians and Congolese, and you say something about these sorry ass people and you're a bigot. Kiss my ass. I really mean that. In Jesus' name. White Jesus at that if you need him. So, sister, it isn't that you have too little. You have a lot. It's not used. You as a woman were born with 3 million eggs. Not that you could have 3 million babies, but you had the potential to have maybe 100. You're a woman. You're infinite from the very get-go. I don't want to hear what women can't do. I don't buy it. And I'm accused of being anti-woman and being sexist. It's bullshit. I just don't think women are very good men, and I know as a man I'm not a very good woman. I couldn't be one. Let me let you guys go. And to all you moderators, God, I thank you. And trust me, yes, those who don't like me, please go to hell. Please. And you're going to go to hell. And never let these people, when you start talking about delineation, it doesn't only upset the tethers, it upsets white supremacists. Because if we get our shit together, it means they're going to get checked for what they've been doing to us. There's a song we sing, put your time in. I'm going to change it, put your delineation time in. Payday's coming after a while. God bless you and good night. MFM, which stands for motherfucking money, and we want every single solitary penny. And I learned today a woman, it's a black woman that designed the image. I've always loved dimes my whole life. I never knew it was a black woman that designed the face of the Roosevelt dime. I always thank God whenever I find a dime. Who'd have thought that's my favorite coin is the dime? It's a black woman. All of us like dimes. Drop a dime. It's a black woman that made the best design of a dime. I've always loved dimes my whole life. And to find out a black woman never got credit for designing the most interesting, intricate coin that we have. Anything a black woman puts her heart and mind to, even turning a man around, she succeeds if she's working with a good man. Just don't get with the sorry ass man. The best thing a black woman can do is never give herself to a man that's not worthy of her. Let me get out of here. For all of you that
Hey,
don't know,
Dr. Short, I want to thank you,
yes,
man.
sir.
I really appreciate that. I
Mhm.
really appreciate all the help you've been doing,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to me in this book,
Oh
man.
yeah, and it'll keep
This is
happening.
something that's needed.
Oh, and let me do some begging. You know that they screwed my Cash App, y'all. They accused me of gambling.
Not Dr. Umar.
No,
Uh,
they accused me of gambling, and they took all my Cash Apps off. I haven't gambled since 2000, since 20 2004. I went to a casino in Cape Town. I think I put $10 in. It freaked me out. I can't imagine losing money. I've been so broke. So for all of my folks that donate, you have to do it through Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. My Zelle and PayPal are wrandyshort@gmail.com. wrandyshort@gmail.com. If you like me, a Patreon and my Venmo, it's Dr. Randy Short. It's very easy to remember. Doesn't have to be a lot. Let it be something. Because the same way they've messed with it, also they hacked my bank as well, which meant I had to get a new bank card. I just got it 2 days ago. So they hit everything. I did a show to Iran explaining to the Iranian dude that he was the sand nigger. And I think that got upset once he realized he was a nigger too. And then they attacked my account. So when you tell the truth, they try to break you financially. Just do any research. They went after Dr. King's money, Malcolm's money, anybody doing anything. They try to make certain that you don't have money. They've gone after Patty Cake's money. Sure, they have. Anybody that's doing right, your money is the one place they'll attack you. So I don't do this for money, but damn it, I sure need it. But think about it. We did what? Almost 2 hours of talking before you got a commercial. Absolutely. Check out Jen. I'm going to probably do my own, but if you want the whole effect of the Zoom with Jag, you got to go, and she's charging. Although I may do a welfare broadcast. Okay. God bless and
all right,
keep
Dr.
you.
Short, man. Well, I appreciate you
Right.
spending this time with us, man, dropping this game. Like
And
I said, this is needed and much more to come.
and
Y'all
MFM,
go check out that Zoom with
yeah, Jaguar. And
Jaguar.
everybody needs to remember.
When is it? What time? 11 a.m.
No, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, okay.
12:30
I
p.m.
got. Oh, she
And
must be on the West Coast.
yeah, but no, it's going to be 12:30 our time, 9:30
Okay.
their time. And I'm sending everybody, if you want a part-time job, snitch and grow rich, call ICE. Call ICE, snitch on everybody. I mean, that's a black job. Get some of that money, put it in your hand. You got a phone, you got a home business, snitch. Wherever you see their asses, Walmart. If someone looks like their ass just got up here with bed bugs, call.
That ain't snitching. That's my patriotic duty.
Well, yes, well, and it's my patriotic duty to report their illegal booty. And so, snitch and grow rich. Tethergeddon is going to start in October, where they're going to revoke all the visas and shit. It's going to be a great time to be foundational Black American and to be freedman. If we come together now, we're going to go far. We're going to go far. So be optimistic. And God is real. Don't let anyone tell you there's no God. Let me get out of here. Good night, everybody. Bless you. Bye-bye.
I appreciate you, Dr. Short.
Good night.
Hey, y'all go support my brother, man, dropping all that game. Hey, so we were just touching on code number 14. A black man understands that his dick can make or break him. Just touching on how many black men that failed, following
Go
behind
somewhere
their dick.
else, because I don't want to talk
But
about white
right
women.
now, what was that? Oh,
Racist.